Hello guys, welcome back to another banger of a video. Today we're going to play ELO Gesso. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the game starts with Knight F3. That's like the most versatile move you can play. Knight F3 basically sees for C that you don't really know what your opponent is going to play, so you're going to play a very versatile move. You can play after Knight F3 after your opponent plays something. In this case, this is C5, a very interesting move. Okay, let's see. They go e4, right? And then d6. Okay, so they're playing into a system, and it is basically Sicilian defense. All right, so generally you would like to play something like this: takes perhaps. If not takes, then perhaps something like you get the knight out and then slowly get your queen out. After say something like this, you get your queen out, and you basically prepare to castle long time, and generally they do something like this, or sometimes even whatever that was. So anyways, d6. This is basically in Sicilian territory. After this, the reasoning behind this move c3 is basically so you can actually play d4. Now obviously without playing c3 we can't play d4, but with playing c3 we can play d4. So anyways, the clever move the opponent has given, they did not allow him to play d4 straight away. They were like, first you have to deal with this weak pawn of yours. So how are we going to deal with this? Let's see. They did not deal with this, so what they did was just completely hang it, but the opponent also did not capture it. So this seems like this was a bullet game. Okay, how do I know this was either a bullet game or a blitz game? Because there's simply no reasoning behind why someone wouldn't like to capture this. Okay, this is like very high territories. Okay, so this seems like either a low level game or a high level game. Even as a high level game, sometimes the low level move is the best move. That you have to remember. Don't try to do everything like in a more fashionable way just because you're a high rated player. I'm a high rated player. I still play by the golden rules of chess sometimes. But yes, I do like my brilliant moves. Anyways, they prepare to castle. Okay, very bad move, I would say. Something like this is much ideally better, and the reason is there's simply no point. You are maybe fearing something like this takes, after which you could argue that you have a worse position because your opponent is going to plan their pawn firmly and you can't go anything about it, so you have to get your bishop back. That's a different thing, alright. Anyways, arguably this is not an ideal way to play chess. Now the another thing is that this firmly planted both of their pawns looking into this, so you can't just play this. Takes, and after this there are stuff that can go weird. Okay, obviously they can't do that because it's defended, but yeah, they have a solid territory over the center now, and you don't have that much solid territory. This pawn is still a little weak. Okay, now this is just doesn't make sense at all. You played the bishop here so that you could look into this pawn. Now you're just pushing this pawn. Well, obviously it makes sense to push the pawn, but it does not make sense to push. Then why did you push the bishop? Either you put the bishop here and have it control all of these squares, this square, this square, this squares, or you put the pawn here, completely forming this position in support. This is the best way to play chess, but why then did you put the bishop in here? This makes me think this was a bullet game. It becomes really difficult to judge someone's skills based on a bullet game because they like do whatever random stuff they can, whatever. Okay, they're now pushing out the flank pawns, a very ideal way to play chess. Now, because their king is castled in here, you don't want to push these pawns. Okay, normally you would, but your king is castled here, so you want your king to be cooped up securely, so you don't want to push up these pawns. Anyways, they put the flank pawns out. You stop them, really nice. Very good move, excellent move. You have even more control over this square now, d4 that is. You push, okay, you start pushing your front pawns. A very good move in this case. You're not pushing it completely, so you're leaving territory for them to capture, but it's dangerous. Also a really good move for white. Sometimes they say that you should not move the corner piece, your knight, because it can only like move to very few squares. Instead you make it octopus now knight, for example. White would love to have a knight somewhere like here. Okay, because that's an octopus knight. Everybody wants to put the knight in there, but they can't. But this is a really good decision, so either you can choose to go here or here. Obviously, if you put your knight here, then you're not going to get kicked out. There's literally no shot because they already put the flank pawns here. That's another danger of putting your pawns, like advancing your pawns too far, especially your flank pawns, that is. Now white has simple free reign after entry. Okay, good capture. This looks like a high level game to me. I would say somewhere around 1300 for now. We'll see the end game. Nobody's making any blunders, which is really nice. Okay. Now, okay, yes, takes with the rook, nice. Good job. Yes, a very good move. Wow. It would have taken me quite some time to figure it out. Okay. Right, you're on the right track, absolutely right track. Like you're hitting all the right spots. Now what they have to do is actually retreat the knight back, or what they have to do is like play a very ugly move, something like queen d6 or something like that. I guess you could also argue that retreating your knight back to e7, yeah, e7, and then getting it back to f5, it's a good choice because you were hitting the bishop, but by then it would have captured. But you try to argue that this loss of one pawn gives you more space in the center, but that's like high level stuff we're talking about, not recommended to beginners. Okay, a very good move again. They're playing good chess. Alright. You should place your... No. Wrong way here. You should be pressurizing on the king side because they are putting all their force and horsepower in the queen side. So you should be pressurizing instead in the king side. See, their king side is pretty weak. If you somehow get to push a few flank pawns and then get at least one of your rooks in the H file, G file, whatever that is ranks, in the 4th rank perhaps, then you're all settled. Then you have got a great attack plan. You have to slowly shift your horsepower. For example, instead of getting the queen in b3, you have to get it to first c2 and then d2 so that you can put pressure on this pawn by the bishop and queen battery. Okay, they're playing nice. I guess their plan is to get the queen in here, that is h7. Okay, they're putting pressure in a solid line. They have set up a solid battery. That's nice, always. Alright, they're playing a little risky, like risk it for the biscuit, as they say. Now, obviously, the idea is just to completely start bulldozing them from the king side. They're like pressurizing. Black is winning, okay? So far, what I'm seeing is black has a clearly advantageous position. White is trying to set up a fortress, but black is on the more aggressive side, and the aggressive side of chess always wins. Unless you're able to defend them or catch them up in a blunder because they get overly aggressive. So you should be aggressive while playing chess, like just like Mikhail Tal. Okay, knight f4. Bishop takes f4. Okay, very good move. Very good move. You know why this is a very good move? I'll tell you. Let's see which move they play. Okay, that takes g takes f4. Okay, then it's alright, I guess. If that taken another way around, I would have explained a lot of things to you. Anyways, f3. Good move. And yeah, yeah, it's all going to fall apart, mate. That's why a long time ago I would remember you saying that don't put the queen in there. Don't put the queen in here. Your queen has freedom to either go here or come back to the king side and protect stuff around here because black is now completely bulldozing white's position. Black is entering into white's position, advancing the pawns and all. It's a disaster. Okay? Huh? Right. This is definitely a high level game. No beginner would just sacrifice their queen like that. You could argue that black is up material, but still... Okay, now they're trying to trade. Obviously, black is not going to trade, is he? Wow. Wow. This is so interesting. Honestly. I find this fascinating piece of chess. Wow. Just wow. Wow. So wow. So the thing is, next move they're going to checkmate you. Nah, it doesn't matter what you do. You have to sacrifice your queen somehow. And say you go here. Then what happens is they just play something like this, kick you out, play something like this, kick you out, take this, and you have to take takes. And then just still, I think black has more pawns, right? Yeah, black is just a piece up. That's how the game would end. So that's why white resigned. Because even if all trades are over, black has one extra bishop and two extra pawns. So yeah, black is just simply going to win. And although you could argue that white's king is at a better spot, so yeah, I think let's guess the ELO. This sounds like a very high ELO game, and if accounting for the chess.com's inflated ELO ratings, let's say 2900. I'm thinking this is like a high level grandmasters game, so yeah, let's see, why not. Let's put in 2928, that's my guess. Let's see. Actually low is 3141. So okay, this is a high level grandmaster game with Hikaru and Bogdan Dirk. This is the game in question we're talking about. Hikaru, yeah, very interesting, definitely. Hikaru resigned here, nice, interesting. So that's it for today, y'all. See you all in the next one, and for then, take care, bye bye. And another notice, I have tried to make this video without any cuts, so I had to actually refilm this loads of times. Okay, so but because I think it takes too long for me to export videos, even if it is a single second cut in my editing software that I use. So I'm just trying to make videos without cuts nowadays, and obviously you will see that I'm making loads of less videos than I used to. I used to be very consistent. I used to upload more than one video daily in the January month, December, January, February month. But now I'm going to have to lay back a while and relax, because first of all, I was back in vacation for a few weeks, and now I'm just in like a really tough side. There's so many projects that are coming up, so many assignments, home tasks, and there's going to be exams soon. So yeah, I'm going to take a break from uploading videos for a while now. But yeah, see you all in the next one. As you can clearly see, my phone's battery is at 2%. So yeah, bye bye.